Welcome back to the KhanKast. Brand new episode covering the NBA mid-season. But don't forget, it's your host, Azar Khan, alongside Asif Khan, Imran Khan, and
Yeah.
Amzad Hussein. We
What
are
up?
back. We are back. Me and Imran are heavily wearing some jerseys today for the NBA
That
mid-season
got
recap.
the wrong memo for tonight.
That's okay. It was just an outfit choice. Has nothing to do with you guys. It was a personal choice. But anyways, we're coming down to the midpoint of the NBA season, just wrapping up the All-Star games, and a lot of things to get into. Blockbuster trades, teams that are on the rise, or maybe the downfall, crucial injuries, storylines, and so much more to cover in this episode. So I can't wait for you guys to get into this one. But let's get it started. Let's start it off with
Hit
a
it. Hit
bang.
it.
With the news that shocked the world, woke people up from their sleep, aka Asif.
Yo,
Uh,
for real it did.
but the Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic trade, both players have made their debuts. Where do you see these teams come at the end of the season now that, we touched on it briefly, but where do you see them come down to, the end of the
I
season?
think for Luka and LeBron and the Lakers, I think this season is more about them gelling after a disappointing trade deadline where they weren't able to get their guy Mark Williams,
Alex Len.
Alex
Yeah,
Len.
right.
Oh, the whole disappointment not getting Mark Williams really set them back in hopes of competing this season. And for I think everyone around the league, I don't think we expect the Lakers to compete for a title this year. I think their ceiling shoots about around a championship. I'm sorry, a conference finals is about their ceiling, and I just think they can do that based on the raw talent of Luka and LeBron, with not a great surrounding core around them. Um, for the Mavericks, it's extremely disappointing. Like I know we said that everyone was going crazy, fans in Dallas was tweaking, but nah, I think if we really analyze the trade after the Mavericks roster, top to bottom with AD and Max Christie, they had a deep, deep team and a team with the defensive Anthony Davis, what they needed. They had arguably a team that could go to the finals with the healthy AD, and the reason why Dallas traded Luca because of health and injury, so called, ended up getting them back with the injury prone Davis in the first game. But no, I think the Mavericks had a real chance at making a finals run with Davis, but obviously we have to see if he comes back for that. But I think both of the teams are kind of at a standstill for this year, and I don't think any of them are real contenders.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we saw Davis made his debut with Dallas. He was on pace for a career game with
He was
26 points,
balling, bro.
16 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks in only 3 quarters. But unfortunately, he had the left abductor strain.
Humpty
Um,
Dumpty fell off.
it didn't seem so serious, undergoing further testing and whatnot. And then he's expected to miss some time. So hopefully he comes back soon enough. So at least the Mavericks can at least try to get a play-in spot. The Maverick fan, oh man, I feel so bad for these guys. These guys were very angry at Nico Harrison and trading Doncic away, expressing their disapproval. Fans calling for him to get fired. And they're even more angrier now at the fact that Davis is missing more time, and the Mavericks are trying to make a playoff play-in spot right now. And overall, it was an impressive debut for Davis, but unfortunately, he had to go with that injury. For Luca, well, he with his debut against Utah, him to be himself, fit out, don't fit in. It must have been very nerve-wracking making your debut in Los Angeles in front of all those in front of that crowd.
I saw
He should have
LeBron
had
was
a
wearing
team
his
there.
LeBron was wearing his jersey in the warm up too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Okay,
let's see
Clippers
what
are
he
gonna
did.
come. Clippers are gonna pass them, bro.
West,
Don't
West
worry.
by West.
Had this question.
So,
Considering that Anthony Davis is most likely going to return for the last couple games of the season, if they get a chance at a play-in, who do you think goes farther this season
Lakers.
as currently constructed?
Lakers.
LA?
I don't want the Lakers to go further, to be honest. I think
Elaborate, yo. Let me know what you
Dallas.
think, yo.
I'm a Kyrie fan. I always want to see them do good.
Our
But
brother.
but the thing is those guys are always banged, like they're always injured. And with the Lakers, LeBron only has a few years left. He's gonna want to make the playoffs every year,
Yeah.
no matter what. So if you're in the playoffs, anything could happen.
I
Like,
think the Lakers are going to crash out, dog.
Crash out. What do you mean? Why are they gonna crash
Where are
out?
they gonna crash out?
They're just
What
gonna
do
go
you mean?
absolutely. They're gonna go absolutely buck wild in the playoffs. The Lakers are going to the NBA Finals. I think, in my opinion,
You're
key
telling me
that each
you
of
think
the.
Alex Len will match up against Nikola Jokic?
Do you think
Hell
anyone
no.
else is gonna match up with LeBron and Luca?
Yes, you have Aaron Gordon. You have good defensive players. Aaron Gordon has
What's
locked
he
down
gonna do?
LeBron James
Dunk
in the
over the
playoffs.
mascot again?
Can't beat
Team
the
that
Rockets.
makes. Yo, of
Okay.
course they can.
No, they can. The Rockets are on the rise, bro. Have you seen these guys play?
I think
Then
they
they're
can beat
about
the
to fall
Rockets.
down.
Thompson,
I think
Alfred
they'll beat the
Sengun, Fred
Rockets.
Van Vliet,
Not
Dylan
beating
Brooks,
the.
all those dudes.
You think they
Sengun,
could beat the
Sengun.
Grizzlies?
You think they can beat Memphis?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
you cannot beat Memphis.
Bro,
Zach
let's hear
Healy,
me out. Hear me out. Hear
John
me out.
Morant,
I think
Jaren Jackson Jr.
I'm a Clippers fan, so y'all know I don't like the Lakers, but I think they can beat
They
Memphis in a
can't beat
series.
Minnesota.
I think they could beat Minnesota in a series.
No, I don't
They
think they
could
can
beat
beat them.
I
Memphis.
don't
They
think
could
they
beat
could beat
Minnesota.
anybody.
And as they come to the season with expectations, like which one team has been doing well this season and which team has been like the most disappointing? We're gonna pick one team each. So one well, one disappointing.
Okay, well, I'll kick it off. We was just talking about LA. I'm gonna talk about them Inglewood boys and the LA Clippers, my team. Obviously, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that. But the reason I say it is not just because I think they're doing extremely well. This is probably one of their like records wise, it's probably one of the worst regular seasons they've had in a minute because they're let's see where they're at. They are sorry guys. 31 and 23. The record is not extremely impressive, but if you factor in a lot of things, I'm going based off expectation. Losing Paul George and losing Kawhi for almost 80% of the season, a lot of people probably would not even have them in a playoff spot, let alone a fifth, sixth seed for most of the season. Like Norman Powell said, I'm gonna go at it. He's been balling. Addition by subtraction, get rid of Paul George, and Norman Powell stepped up and been that all-star this year. So with the additions of their defense, Derek Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, the step-up play by Amir Coffey and Zubac. So they've got a deep squad, and I just think based off expectations that they are super expecting, and what anybody would have thought, James Harden is having a kind of a revenge season because a lot of people kind of wrote him off ever since his last year in Philly. Coming to the Clippers, a lot of people wrote him off, but he's again 11-time All-Star now, and has been one of the best players on the team. That is in a 4, 5, 6 seed. So I'm gonna give it to my boys.
I'm gonna go with mine. My team that I'm rooting for this year on the rise is the Knicks. I'm gonna go with the Knicks, guys. They
Okay.
made crazy trades. They upgraded their team, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. They have their days. The only problem is that these guys play too much minutes, bro.
Yeah, Tom Thibodeau has those guys on a 7 man
Those
rotation.
guys are like they're ready for the Navy SEAL, bro. Those guys are just out there. And
Yeah, I like the Knicks a
disappointment. There's
lot.
a few disappointment, but I gotta pick one. All right. My disappointing team is the Phoenix Suns, bro.
Oh, man.
The Phoenix
The
Buns.
Phoenix Suns, Asif's favorite team. That he doesn't want to admit. Yeah, man. Like Booker, Beal. Like, what's wrong with these
I
guys?
don't know, bro. It's
They're what?
10th, I think.
In 10th
20,
place, bro.
26 and 28.
You don't even. You're not even playing 500 basketball right now,
They're 3 of their last 7. My
right?
gosh.
And it's like, man,
Yeah,
Suns are gonna have some big questions by the end of the year if they're gonna trade Kevin Durant or not. So we
I
just have
heard
to
like
stay
I
tuned
heard
for
quite
that.
a bit of like talks about it as well. You know, they said a couple teams that are gonna.
Yeah, this has definitely got to go down as one of the worst, biggest 3 in NBA history. And Durant has been part of 2 of them. Horrible.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Brooklyn one was alright.
No, they're
You like the Brooklyn one?
no, not really. No,
That's bad,
no.
bro.
They didn't
It
get a
was
fair
pretty bad.
chance, yo.
They had their fair chance, but they couldn't do any better. Just
They even fired the good coach.
They even fired Frank Vogel as well.
They fired the good coach.
Yeah.
Brought this bum. What's he gonna? What's he gonna do? What is he gonna
Yeah.
teach? What are you teaching these guys?
And for the team that's impressed me, we all know it's got to be the OKC Thunder. They have the best record in the NBA right now at 44-10. Our Canadian native, Shea Gilgeous
Boy,
Alexander,
SGA.
first in averaging over 32.5 points.
Yo, we
first
should
in
drop the
league five.
picture. We should drop the picture of Asif and Shea Gilgis Alexander at Yorkdale Mall.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna put it up. That's a real. That's
When
going
he,
up on the
no,
real.
and you know what's funny? Sorry to cut you off, Imran. It was when nobody knew
In the
who
first
the
round.
heck Shea was when he was on the Clippers. Nobody on like anybody could have walked past this by at the mall
You
and
would have
not know
known
who
who
he
he was.
was.
If you didn't
But
like ball, you
Asif,
would have
because
known.
if you weren't a Clippers fan, you would have not known who he was at that time.
This was like this had I think was the All-Star weekend in 2019. So Shea had only played like 30 games in the NBA at the time,
Yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
like
a
probably
rookie.
averaging 9, 10 points, but
Yo, I
meeting
took a
the
picture with the guy. I didn't even know who he was at the time. I was
Funny, I
like, yo,
remember
my
Ashley telling me the guy was surprised. He's like, yo, they have Clipper fans in Toronto.
yeah, no,
Yes,
he was cool as hell. He
yeah.
took a picture of me and my brother. So shout out to SGA, bro.
All right, yeah. So he's shooting 50% over the field
correct.
use too, and he's been very instrumental in his team's success. In the month of December, I mean, for the calendar year, the Thunder went 12-1. Shea earned back-to-back Player of the Month honors from November to December, despite not having Chet Holmgren.
MVP.
Yeah, well, good thing he's back. They have a high level
Thank
of
God.
play with guys like both Jalen Williams, Aaron Wiggins,
J
Lou
Dub.
Dort, yeah, J Dub, Alex Caruso. They're the second youngest, average second youngest team in
Are you
the
hungry?
NBA. Why are you guys keep laughing, bro?
Because I'm just
Laughing at us there. Come on, host.
Come on, bro. Get it together, man.
You interrupt the brother.
Yeah, that's not the first time, bro. Anyways,
what I do?
yeah, they have emphasized the great offensive defensive strategy, and at the halfway point, they're on their poised to finish out a strong season, and hopefully they can have a playoff run. Unfortunately, they lost to the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Cup Finals, but that's not going to stop them from becoming like top contenders in the league right now.
I think Azar's gonna agree with me on this one because we know who Azar is, and I think the Raptors fans up there is also gonna agree with me. I'm gonna say the Philadelphia 76ers.
100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into a
That
little
was
bit more.
another
Hell
one of
yeah.
my picks.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into Joel Embiid in the other
Hell yeah.
segment.
You could talk about Joel Embiid, Azar could talk about his hate for Philly, but I'm gonna go off at Paul George,
I
bro,
love
because
Philly, by
my
the way. Oh, come on, guys. You got
Yeah,
all the money.
he has more podcasts on his thing than games played in the league in this year. To podcast P. This guy's
16
gonna
points a
become on
game,
Treehouse next, yo.
16 points a game, 5 rebounds.
Treehouse. Talk about that Kiss channel.
Yeah, the kids channel, yo. How you go from PG-13 for all viewers now?
Has averaged 16 points a game.
That's even
Yeah,
worse. That's a robbery.
it's basically been a no-show on the court.
That's highway robbery. Whatever happened to the Paul George in Indiana, or when he first came to the
Or
Clippers?
even
Being just
Paul George of last year. Paul George of last year
Paul
was
George
a,
of last year.
was
The
a
guy was
He's
a
having a
ball.
bad.
dog.
He's having a bad year, guys. I think next year he'll step it up, but this
I'm,
year
I'm
they were
gonna
bad.
rest
Anyways,
my
that
voice.
that for me is my most disappointing team.
In
They
my
are.
I would like to give a big shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. We all saw them,
That's a good
doing
one.
yeah, we all
Yeah,
saw them doing, fairly well,
Half decent.
playoff team thing, but they're taking they are tied for the best record in the NBA, right?
yeah,
And they have all wheels just turning in the right ways right now. Everybody's playing together, they're playing in unison, everybody complements each other very, very nicely, and they play a very good dynamic of team basketball, and it's not all up to one man.
That's a good one.
they became the fourth team in NBA history to start off 15-0 as well too. So imagine
Yeah,
that winning
I
streak to
mean,
start off that
in,
year.
incredible start, man. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
it's a history season. Um, I think for them as well. So hopefully I'd like to see them make a really good playoff push. As much as I love to see like even Milwaukee make a really good push, I would love to see the Cavaliers that are LeBron-less to make a really good push in this playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. You got
Awesome.
Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, Gary's Garland, all those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
Azar
and I
said, they're
think,
a deep team. They don't rely
yeah,
on one guy. They've
yeah, and I
got
think I
everybody
think
they
they
playing
have the
play
well.
best.
they play you know what, they play team basketball to win their games, and that's why they've been successful all year.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think they
You
have
can't
like
you
one of
can't
the
rely
best.
on one player to win 15 games in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they have the best bench scoring in the NBA as well too, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so too. I believe
Yeah,
so. As again, we're in the halfway point, and there's been lots of storylines in the league outside of the Anthony Davis Luka trade, because we can all agree that's the biggest one. What's your biggest storyline? What is the caught your eye the most? The surprise team, the rise, you know anything on the rise or disappointing that you haven't just mentioned? Player injuries or anything that's really caught your eyes. Let's take it away here. Let's talk about that.
yeah. I'm gonna go first. The storyline that's caught my eye is Joel Embiid's injury.
Yes. Talk your shit. I mean, stuff.
Yeah. In his career as a whole, a 9-year veteran, he's played in roughly 450 games and has missed over 405. So he's basically played in less than 50% of his NBA games. It's a
Soft.
real diabolical stat. This
Soft.
this past week, he acknowledged that he may have to undergo another surgery in his left knee that he's had issues with, a torn meniscus. He's had every injury you can possibly imagine, from eye to foot, top to bottom.
That's great.
You name it. He has he has struggled to stay healthy. He stated that he would probably never play in back-to-back games for the rest of his career. He missed his first 2 NBA seasons due to a fractured foot. He's been dealing with all sort of injuries. He played for Team USA in the Olympics, where they won gold. And in my personal opinion, I don't think he should have played, especially knowing that his injury history. He should have focused on getting into shape, work out, get his body physically and mentally ready for the NBA season. Azar, listen to this one. You got to take some notes on this too. He has a
Me?
very unhealthy. Just listen. You want to be an athlete? This is what you shouldn't do. He has a very unhealthy diet, and that's what's causing his injuries as well too.
Oh,
During
duh.
and after games, he tends to drink pitchers of Shirley Temple, which
Oh shit! That's wild.
yeah,
I never knew that.
Dog,
yeah,
what did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Continue, man.
it's also the high calorie and high sugars and stuff. He's been seen eating junk food during the games, before games, after games. It's a miserable season for the Philadelphia 76ers, who are not in any position at all in a play-in tournament or any of that sorts. In the game against the Raptors, when the Raptors beat them, I think it was like by 2 points, he showed no motivation in that game whatsoever. He passed up a wide open 3-pointer that could have won him the game. He decides to drive the ball in, and he coughed up the ball turnover. And he really heard it from the Philly fans himself. It fully reminded me of that time when Ben Simmons passed up a wide open layup in Game 7 of the East Finals against the Hawks. Yeah, and the thing is, too, you cannot the 76ers cannot trade Joel Embiid because his value is so low, and no team is gonna want him. So either I don't know what they're gonna do with him at the end of the season, but they'll probably just have to keep dealing with his nonsense.
Let's start number one. We talk about the All Star game. Players just don't compete. We talked about this before. They take it as a joke. It's not a joke. The fans want to see a good game, and they can never see a good game because no one gives a damn. Two, let's talk about scamish players. We're going to talk about number one, Kawhi Leonard. He is the biggest scam of the NBA. I will explain this to you guys why. Kawhi Leonard started off his career very briefly. Great player, one of the best two-way players when healthy, quote unquote. He hurt his quad. He had to play good to get some money in his free agent year. What does he do? He goes and he wins a championship. Goes and collects his bag. San Antonio signs him. He gets traded to the Raptors. He realizes it's another free agent year. Wins a championship again. Wins the MVP. Carries a team from playoff team to championship team. Wins the whole thing. Great. Collects his bag again. Goes to LA. And I'm sorry, Asif. And he has been borderline non-existent. He's been around. I agree. He's been in some very important games for the Clippers. But somehow, some way, you cannot be missing this much games because of load management. It is the dumbest thing in all of sports. You are paid millions of dollars to show up every day and do your job, just like every one of us when we go to work. But you get paid millions. Load management is a bunch of baloney, and it does not belong in basketball, in sports in general. Joel Embiid is a prime example of that, talking about back-to-back games. It's an absolute disgrace. Paul George is doing the same thing too. This is a scam. It's a scam of the NBA. This is terrible. This is not sports. This is not basketball. Dog,
Zion too.
dollars.
We could talk about Zion.
Stephen A himself, bro.
Big
We
up
have
Stephen
been,
A.
huh?
I said big up,
Big
big
up
up
Stephen A, yo. We've been
He's so mad.
absolutely,
He's talking about, huh? Hey, what'd you say to me?
I'm saying
we've
this.
been
Big up Stephen A.
bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and outright deceived by these players.
Players playing the game the right way. That'll get into my favorite thing to watch so far halfway through the season. Has been one of my grown to be one of my favorite players has been Victor Wembanyama. He has been one of my favorite players to watch.
Very
Talks about
good
playing
player.
the game the right way. Victor Wembanyama has been that guy. Again,
Wembanyama.
just to remind you, he's legit my age, 21 years old, and he's 25 points a game, 11 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game,
You got like
and
4 blocks or something like that.
3.5.
3 and change.
3.5 blocks a game.
Crazy.
These are damn near MVP numbers, Defensive Player of the Year numbers, and he's only 21 years old. We saw the way he's competing in the All Star game. I think he's got the chance to be one of the faces of this league. Now that he's getting paired up with De'Aaron Fox, it's going to be extremely, extremely, extremely exciting with the young team of Castle. So he's been my favorite thing to watch so far this year. So I
You're
give
not
him.
too far out of the playoff spot too,
Yeah,
right?
they're definitely gonna try and get in for
Yeah,
for
they
a
got a
play-in
chance,
spot
but I
too.
don't see them getting in though.
Yeah,
I think we
I'm
could all
gonna-
say our MVP at the same time. You wanna?
yeah,
We
yeah.
could
Our
all
fellow
say
Canadian
1.
Shea,
Shea Gilgis
SGA.
Alexander.
yeah, leading the
SGA.
league in points per game, going to win the scoring. He's gonna win the scoring title as well too. OKC's first place in the West. Showing no signs of slowing down, and they have a 8-game lead in the West too. So hopefully they can keep the momentum going throughout the rest of the year.
Bro, the time I was trying to get a Clippers jersey of SGA was like they was pretty trash at the time. They had like Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell twice as well. They didn't even make SGA jerseys at the time. I was trying to get it made and they didn't even make it. So that's just crazy to see.
Yeah, if SGA had stayed with the
Why
Clippers,
is there?
yeah, if SGA had stayed with the Clippers,
Yo, that's how you guys know Asif is a real Clippers fan, man. Like before we
I now
proceed
I
any
got a Paul
further,
George jersey. I got every
I've
jersey.
I've never
That's like me getting a
actually
quick blue chip
I've
jersey.
never seen first of all, I've never seen a team with that much
Whatever you want a
heartbreak.
chip.
you want a chip, so
The bias never
I've never
won.
seen a team with that much heartbreak, and I've never
But the
seen
bias
like
is nice.
a
Right?
little 12-year-old kid all the way up to 21 years old with so much sports heartbreak in his life. Like MVP and NBA champion.
Well, I think we're all agreeing with this. Like me and Imran agree on
Yeah,
the same
we all
thing.
say SGA. We already said that.
All
Or
SGA,
MVP.
and we're all gonna say
MVP got it locked. All right. Now we're going for
and
what? A
NBA,
chip?
NBA
We got a
Championship.
chip this year?
I think we're all
Oh,
taking
jeez.
OKC.
you go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go first.
Jeez, I
Me
don't
and
even
Imran.
know.
I
I'm
think we all can
thinking.
agree OKC.
Are we gonna pick a East and West? Or
No,
just
one
outright
Nah, just
chip?
one.
Outright.
Outright. Honestly, I think the Celtics are going back to back.
Not
Cool.
bad, not a bad choice. I mean,
I think they're going back. They're coasting, bro. And I think they can smoke Cleveland.
yeah, they showed that in the regular season.
I'll
Cleveland,
take
like teams like Cleveland and Memphis, kind of remind me of like the Buffalo Bills. You're always going far and never do nothing, bro.
So what about
Like,
what about a old school team that has reminded you of them, like old NBA team has reminded you of them in basketball aspects?
aspects?
Like
the Clippers, yo. Always do good in the regular season and lose in the playoffs.
Back
yo.
in the day,
you can go with the Knicks of the '90s. I mean, they don't really. I mean,
like Sacramento, yo.
Sacramento, yeah, the 2000s.
They were like Sacramento with Page and all those guys.
yeah,
Or even Portland. Remember when Portland had Rasheed Wallace?
Wallace,
and all those
yeah,
guys?
Scott even has Scottie Pippen.
Right?
And
They
Steve
would
Smith.
go so far. Your team is there, but you never.
These guys don't even know who we're talking.
I know that.
I do. I
I
know.
don't. No,
Of course.
we do.
Right?
Trust me.
Like those
We used
guys,
to have an
bro.
old NBA page way
It's
back.
like Orlando Magic's.
Yeah, Dwight Howard.
Remember when they went to the finals too, bro? They were stacked,
Yeah, they had a stacked team. Rashard
Yeah,
Lewis,
Jameer
Dwight Howard,
Nelson.
Jameer Nelson.
right?
Yeah,
Never do nothing, bro. Same nonsense.
So
Those teams
they
are
take
on
Boston,
those kind of. I think they're on those kind of trends. Like they're gonna get it eventually, but you know they're just treading the water. Right now.
yeah.
Taking Boston.
Yeah, I'm taking Boston. I'm going Boston.
well,
I think Boston is just they're. I think they're just playing. They're just playing chill right now. Like they're just taking it easy, make sure nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Like stick to protocol. When we get to the playoffs, that's it. Just
Yeah, they'll be like a very
Smoking
disciplined team.
packs and packs of teams are out.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Imran read out my championship pick as well as his.
Oh, you have the same pick as me? Okay, well,
Yeah.
yeah, so many great teams in the NBA this year. I mean, it's gonna be a tough one, and I'm gonna have to go with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
Great all-around team, the number one defensive rating in the team, top 10 offensive rating in the league as well. They got a very young core that's very energized. They ball out every night. Great coaching staff, great depth, versatility. The only thing that I'm worried about is their lack of experience because they're the second youngest team in the NBA. But they have the great contributors to get the job done when it comes June. I mean, you got two 7-foot players on your team in Chet Holmgren Chip Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. The Lakers ain't gonna stop those guys.
I
Lakers are
don't
not
think the
gonna stop
Lakers are
them.
worried about Chet. Yeah.
But you got 2 7'1" dudes playing. Come on now, and you got a
Bro,
dude
one of them
Alex
weighs
Len.
like 90 pounds, yo.
Yeah, but he can still play. That can still ball.
Anyways,
songs, bro.
anyways, either way, I think those two are gonna be the teams. OKC and Boston. I think they'll meet in the finals, and we'll see how it goes from there.
What a
What
podcast!
a
What a
halfway point of the
podcast!
season.
Just by thinking about all this, I'm already tired. Like, I think I expended
We're
all my
always
energy on
tired,
my
bro.
rant.
You don't know how many times I caught you yawning already today, bro. I didn't want to call it
I don't
already.
know, bro. One of these good old days, we got to get a counter going. Just how many times I've yawned
It
during a
reminds me of the
podcast.
Allen Iverson practice rant.
Yeah, but anywho, anywho, guys. Thank you guys again for
Look
watching
forward
us.
to the next half of NBA.
Yeah, can't wait.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. But thank you guys again for watching us. Thank you for all the support that you guys continue to give us on Instagram and on YouTube. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications as well. Drop a comment of how you're excited. What's your favorite thing that you're looking forward to in this second half of the NBA? And don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well at the KhanKast. Same thing of what we use here. Thank you guys again. And it's everyone at the KhanKast signing out. Oh,
Jenny, son.
someone's really signing out over there.
That's
But yeah, from all of us, we're signing out. Take care.
Take
Peace.
care.
Take care, guys.